Hello, this is Dan Petrock. This is a video to help all the statistics instructors at DMACC fall of 2018. Great news is that for the first time ever, we will have direct links to everything in my math lab, and there is no longer a need for an access code or for students to ever log in. This required some direct integration into our Blackboard course, and I've recreated the signature course with these direct links. I'm going to show you how to do that. Also want to show you how to use the direct bill model, which is Include Ed in the Bookshelf app that we did this past summer. I want to show you how to make sure that's set up correctly for your students, and then some instructions about that. So all of you should have access. It's called DMACC Signature Math 157 shell, and it says 2019-01. So this is for this fall 2018. It's term 2019-01. So you should see that. And this is the course you're going to want to copy. So I'm going to go into that, and it's got a sample announcement here at the beginning that you can modify. I think you're all aware of how to copy the course, just in case you're going to go under Packaged Utilities, Course Copy, find your destination course for the fall, and I would just select Content Areas. If you're doing obviously online, if you want the discussion boards, click that. I don't include the forums or the starter post, the grade center, and also I have a syllabus quiz there in case you're interested, and also some other tests for that you can use or delete later. So that's what I would do if you're going to copy it. Hit submit, and that will copy all this content in your course. So I'm going to give you a brief tour of what it looks like. The first thing I'm going to go to is the syllabus. I've got it on student display right now, so I'm going to turn it on. And what I've got here is my syllabus from the fall. It's in a Word version as well. I've also created a schedule that has a checklist for everything in the online course. You can feel free to modify those. That is also in the Word version. So these are there for you to look at and use, or change as you see fit. Under your instructor, again, I've got this hidden, but it gives you, as it shows my sample one there for you. If you ever get this little thing here, obviously this picture is, if it's just artwork and not that critical, if I click on that, this is ally, it flags stuff. I can say indicate this image is decorative. I'll just do that and close. Okay, there, now it's green. Just in case you have a decorative piece like that, not really that important that my students actually see me. So here we go. So then under course content, I've restructured the signature course here, and I've split it out into just chapter folders, because some of you reorganize the chapters, have different units that you might go through. I do have tests after chapters 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, and then the final. I've got those in there as well, but this makes it easier, I think, for many of you to add and subtract or rearrange or whatever. So these is kind of the default look. What's interesting is from now on, we're not going to ever use the My Math Lab building block or tool. Everything is already in course content. And you're going to see a hidden folder here. It says My Lab Statistics Instructor Course Content. If I click on that, this is how you're going to access your My Lab gradebook, your assignment manager, and anything else that you normally would have done in My Math Lab. This is the way you'll actually get into it. So if I just click the gradebook here, it shows you the My Math Lab gradebook for this course. Obviously there's no students, and it's just like we've always had before with the assignments and percent to gradebook and all that good stuff. So that's a difference. The assignment manager, again, this is how you get to that. One thing I was unable to do, I actually redid the whole course with my due dates for the fall, but it didn't copy through. So you're going to have to go through and do your change dates and assign status, or add or subtract. You have an assignment manager here, so you have total flexibility to modify these assignments, add new ones, just like you normally would at any other time. The one thing that's a little different will be this third item. It's called Instructor Self-Service. And once you kind of get into the course and you want to sync your My Math Lab gradebook into Blackboard, this is where you're actually going to do it, and this is where that syncing goes on. And you can say manage grade sync. If you check, if there's nothing here, just check that box, and it shows you all the assignments that can be synced. And if you hit save, it'll do it. I'm unclear right now if you have never created these columns before, if it won't do it until a student gets in there and actually attempts, or if it'll be there by default. So we'll kind of have to see how this goes. But this is where you're actually going to do your grade syncing. So go back to that. So that's your instructor self-service. And this has, the course home for my math lab, and all this other stuff is still here. You still have access to all that. What's also interesting is at the bottom of the course content here, at the very bottom, there's the student content. So these are direct links to a lot of the student content. So if you want to have a direct link to any of these items, like the e-text is already in there, direct link to quizzes and tests, which I don't use in my math lab quiz and test, but you can direct link to that. And these can be moved to anywhere in the course that you want. Another interesting thing is if you use stuff from the, like let's say from the multimedia library, and you want to directly link to any of this content, it's pretty easy now. You just click on anything you want, and you copy the hyperlink, and you can paste it in the course, and it'll automatically authenticate through. So I can help you maybe do that. A lot of these animations are built into the signature course already. But if there's some of these videos you want or something different, that it's not too hard to do. You just go. So really, you're kind of navigating everything through Blackboard, but it's in my math lab. So I'm going to go to course content again. So again, the first folder is, I just left this at top because I figured for teachers, this is where they're, if they want to go to the My Math Lab gradebook or the assignment manager, that's where they would go. For the students, it looks like this. I'll turn that off. And then I'm going to go into the Start Here folder. So the Start Here folder has a little to-do list. It's got my sample welcome announcement. For you to go through with that, it's hidden right now for the students. And then here's the ebook instruction. So the students have already prepaid for the access to the ebook and My Stat Lab, and the instructions are right here. Pretty much what they need to do is click on this link. Now, the link is going to be here, but watch what happens when I click on it. Right now it says I don't have any book set up, and neither will you. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we're going to go into the tools. We're going to go to the bookshelf. And for those of you that did this summer, this is the same thing. We're going to manage and adopt an ebook for your course. And, then we're going to search. I'm just going to search by author, and I'm going to type in Triola. Generate a list of all those. And then I want the 13th edition 180-day option. I'm going to hit select and adopt down here in the bottom right hand corner. Make sure you click that. Select and adopt. So now it's going to ask me, where do you want to put this link? I'm just going to put it in the Start Here folder. Browse, and I just click on Start Here. You can put in course content. I'm going to hit submit. And now we have successfully linked your course to the proper ebook that the students have paid for. So if I go into course content, Start Here, and you'll notice there's actually going to be two links. Here's the one that was copied over with the course, but here's the new one I just put in there. They both work now. So when you click on this, it's going to open up this bookshelf app. Now, if you've never used this before, even as a teacher, it's going to make you log in, create an account. I just use the DMACC credentials. That's what the instructions say for the students. So I would encourage you to do the same thing. Once the students have done this, have clicked on the ebook and registered their account, they'll receive an email, and that is the email that gives them details. Now, if they wanted to opt out of this and get their money back for the course content materials, that email would have the link to do that. And honestly, the only students that should do this are the ones who are retaking the course and have already paid for all this content. So this is it's called Vital Source. is the one that provides this. So this is an ebook that they've created. It gives them access after the course. I think there's also versions they can put on tablets and other devices. But I've created that's pretty much the only place I link to this, because this, once they click on that, it tells our bookstore that they have registered, and it's the only way they can actually inform us that they want to opt out. So they have to click on this if they want to opt out, and then they would automatically be refunded. So we only had a few students do it this summer, and we anticipate only a few students would do it this summer as well, the ones that have already paid for the materials. And then I've got some other links in here as well. So this is the first My Stat Lab homework right here, is the orientation homework. That's a good way for them to kind of get in there and try it out. For those of you that are let's see here. So pretty much that's all the course content. I'm just going to show you an example. So for instance, chapter 1, it's got the My Lab eTech direct link, links to videos, learning objects. These are the links to the online homework. And here's a direct link to even StatCrunch. We can have that now. So the course is really set up so everything we ever used in My Math Lab is directly linked. It's integrated right into the Blackboard course, and it's seamless. So as soon as they click on any of this, I think they only have to hit I accept the first time, and then they're done for the rest of the semester. So there's no need for codes, no need for the My Math Lab building block. And you will use, under course content, you will use these instructor links to do all of your maintenance of those things. And at the very end, if you want to add more content, there's some additional links and other things you can add as well, just like you would copy the other link. So I hope this video helps everybody get started, that you can copy this in. Sorry it didn't get done sooner, before August 6th here. But hopefully this is going to be a better way moving forward, that we don't increase access and make it even one less step for the students as far as